Hello, welcome to A Dash of Therapy. I'm Dr. Samantha Bartram, a UK counselling psychologist and psychotherapist. This video today is about self-care. It's a topic that is really important in my practice. So what I tend to find is a lot of people really, I suppose I'd say, neglect themselves and don't focus enough on self-care. And the results of this is heightened anxiety, depression, burnout, you name it. There can be a lot of side effects of inadequate self-care. And actually we need to take care of ourselves in lots and lots of different ways. It's multi-dimensional. So we've got physical self-care, emotional self-care, mental self-care, spiritual self-care. So there's lots of different ways in which we need to focus and attend to how we're caring for ourselves in order to look after our well-being. And I think self-care often tends to conjure in people this idea of self-indulgence, or that they aren't strong enough or they're weak in some way if they participate in activities of self-care. And it doesn't have to be big, but it is important that we incorporate and think about what we need in order to, I guess, operate functionally and optimally. If you think about your car, you service it regularly. If there's a problem, you take care of it. But generally, we want to be proactive and stay on top of that, don't we, with anything, so that we make sure it doesn't break down. And it's no different with us. With us, in fact, it's more important with ourselves. We really do need to look after every aspect of ourselves in order to operate well and to function well and to feel healthy and to feel good. Otherwise, we can get into all kinds of difficulties and spiral. So what can self-care look like? Well, it can be carving out some time for yourself, whether you like, for example, reading, getting out in the fresh air, having a nice walk. We have to look after, self-care takes many different forms. So it can be exercise, for example, if we're talking about physical self-care, for example, making sure we get enough exercise, that we're eating well, that we're sleeping well. That's very important, that we're prioritising our sleep routine. So these are all acts of self-care. If you're a parent, perhaps a really relatable way, one would be, not letting your child have too many chocolates and sweets is a way of looking after them, isn't it? You want to make sure that they have a healthy diet so that they'll thrive and grow and develop well, and properly, and have good nutrition. So these are good ways that you can kind of start to access and think about, what do I do as a parent? And similarly, nurturing yourself and looking after yourself emotionally as well. So, if you're finding lately that you're feeling quite frazzled or stressed out or anxious or low mood, and things like that, these are all signs that something's out of balance inwardly, and that you need to take care of yourself emotionally, whether that's talking to somebody or reaching out. If you're in therapy, that's great. You've got a space there where you can take these feelings and issues, talking to your partner, if you've got a partner, or family members, whoever's close to you, whoever your confidants are. So these are all great ways to take care of yourself emotionally, is giving space to your emotions and working through things. And then spiritually and mentally as well. So mentally could be, keeping your mind sharp and active. So learning a language or doing things that interest you, having hobbies and things like that. So, it can sound quite a lot, but it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to be massive things, and it can just be a little bit each day and just making sure that things are in balance, really. And also, asking yourself in a moment, regularly throughout the day, what do I need right now? How is my body? Checking in with yourself. I like to ask people to check in with their body, and what do they notice in their body? What sensations do they feel? What's that like? That gives us so much information about our internal state, so that we can, I guess, keep an eye on how we're doing, so that we can make sure we're looking after ourselves in the best way possible, so we can stay well physically, mentally and emotionally. Mindfulness practices are really, really good for this. You know, they bring you into your body, they give you some time to be with yourself and to breathe and to anchor, and that's a really great way to spiritually and emotionally take care of yourself. And it doesn't have to be a huge practice. I think sometimes people can be put off mindfulness thinking it's, I don't have 45 minutes to meditate each day. Mindfulness doesn't have to be very onerous. It can be just short moments, little moments of mindfulness, which is what I like to incorporate throughout the day. While you're waiting for the kettle to boil, for example, just literally turning your attention inwards and feeling your feet on the ground and taking a few breaths. That can be a mindful moment. So these are all great ways to also take care of yourself. So I hope that's given you a few ideas and dispelled a few myths about what self-care is, and also hopefully highlighted to you how important it is. And perhaps if you're experiencing some of these difficult feelings at the moment, that's a sign that you need to increase your self-care, and that's really important. If you don't, then sometimes it gets to the point where your body will start screaming at you, letting you know you really need to stop and take care of me. And of course, it's much better if we can do that before and just keep ourselves healthy and well. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you'd like to hear more of my videos, please subscribe. That would be wonderful.